Hello. Hello, welcome. Had to get my light so you saw some moving around. All right. Looks like we have some folks joining us. Okay, so I will check us in. First couple minutes are, all the stuff we got to get out of the way. All right, welcome. Looks like Troy is, I don't know if I've met you before. Hello.
Hi, this is Troy. This is our first time.
Oh, welcome. So nice to meet you.
Thank you. You too.
And who's with you there, if you care to share?
I'm Janita. Hi.
Hi. Did you sign up as well? It's totally fine if not. I just want to make sure I got you if you did.
No, I think I just signed up under my name. That's all.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you. Okay. Jennifer, I see is here. Katie, welcome back. Jackie, welcome back. Natasha, hello. I'm not sure if we've met before. If we have, forgive me. It's been a while. Okay, so as folks come in, I'll get our music going here. And all you need for tonight, options. So if you have a pillow nearby, that'll be something luxurious for the beginning of our practice. And if you have a blanket as well, that would be great. Now, you don't have to have these things. They're just kind of additional like I said, luxurious items. But if you have a shirt or sweatshirt or anything, you can also just roll that up. The blanket will be for behind our neck. So something that you can just kind of roll and that will help support your neck. All right. We'll give folks a couple more moments to come and join us. Otherwise, we will just get started. So welcome to our Sunday night virtual space. It's a really nice way to kind of end the week and start a new one. Our practice in this time is quite, calm and subtle. So we won't really be, energizing the body all that much. We'll just be kind of closing down the day, inviting the new week. All right. Well, welcome everybody. I think we'll go ahead and get started. So wherever you are in your space, just come to a comfortable seated position. There are no rules in this space except listening to the body. So if it would feel better to be leaning up against a wall here, go ahead and do that. If it would feel better to be lying down on your back, also feel free to go there, whatever feels best. Our practice tonight is all centered around the breath. Air becoming breath, deepening the breath, something that at least I find is definitely different than it was 7 months ago. Breathing deeply in public might not be something we do now, even if we're behind a mask. We often breathe very shallow. So tonight we have an hour dedicated to deepening the breath and really freeing it from any restrictions we have. So in the first few moments here, goal is to rid the breath of restriction. Simply allowing yourself to settle into this space. Closing down the eyes. Deepening the breath with every exhale. Allow the breath to travel up your spine, starting from the base of your spine, allowing the spine to lengthen and straighten. And when you exhale, see if you can retain that height, staying there. Head stays exactly where it is, and then you inhale next round. Welcoming any movement as it feels right. If you find through the breath any bit of tension, maybe rolling out the shoulders, rocking the head side to side. Be proud that the breath helped you find that. Move a little and then let it go. Wherever you are, we take 5 more rounds. I love the movement, Natasha. Beautiful. After your last exhale, go ahead and flutter open your eyes. We're coming back into our basic relaxation pose, as we call it. Instead of sealing our practice right here with the sound of an om or something that might feel external in the body, tonight we seal our practice in this pose. So we seal it with the breath. You'll have a couple minutes in this pose to really relax and let any intention that comes up in this time really sing true and reside in the heart space. So fluttering open your eyes. Now would be the time to have a pillow if you have it. We begin with the pillow or bolster just lengthwise in your space, and we're just going to drape our knees over top of it, laying our torso back down onto the earth. So I like to get in from seated on the bolster and then just rolling myself back. Once you get there, go ahead and give your body a scan. Are you holding through the hip flexors? Are your shoulders up by your ears? Make any adjustment that you need. Continuing to breathe deeply here. This is where the true practice begins. When we settle into this space and meet ourselves here. Tonight, our extended postures are an example or an opportunity of giving things time. This is how we grow. Time is especially important right now in our lives. It may be going slower in some aspects, it may be going faster in others. But give this pose time. This is how we grow. We breathe into this space. We settle into this space. Tonight, you are worth the steps it takes to come forth in a brave and honest way. You are worth this time tonight and every day. May this be an hour of sowing seeds. May this be a season of sowing seeds. Even if you are not sure if there will be enough rainfall or sun for these seeds to grow in the way that they were meant to, even if you do not know if there will be enough life to spring from the ground in order to have a garden, whatever springs up from the ground is far more about your faithfulness than the outcome. Tonight we reap the seeds. We see what comes up as we let go. We turn the air into breath and watch it leave. The reason this is important is because when you have been giving and giving, you might wonder when it's ever going to be time for you. Will you ever be able to do enough or be enough? Will you ever start to feel like you are where you're meant to be? Tonight, this place, this space, this home within ourselves is where we are meant to be. You are worth the time it takes to grow. You are worth the steps it takes to come forth in a brave and honest way. Taking 3 more intentional breath cycles. We seal our intention right here with the breath. Maybe your intention is just to focus on the breath. And believe me, for that, I am in awe. An hour of no thoughts other than the breath is no small undertaking. If it's that or something else, with your last breath, breathe in all that you would like. Exhale, send it to the heart space. Gently, we begin to flutter open the eyes, walking ourselves back up just to a seated position. We're coming over to a simple supported side bend. So in this posture, the pillow is going to come right to our side. For me, my bolster or pillow is quite long, so I send it lengthwise. I'm just gonna tip myself over the bolster, sending one arm out, other arm overhead. Now, if you have something else that you'd like to put on your head or to rest your head on, feel free to do that. If not, that's okay. You'll get an even deeper stretch through the neck. We'll be here for a little while on either side. This is all about opening, release. Pay attention to where the breath has traveled. Now, do you need to feel it in your side ribs to expand from there? Or do you still feel it in the front body? Has it traveled to your back? Just notice, no judgment, just notice. We have 6 rounds of breath on this side, as slow, as deep as you can make them. The arm that is lifted, see if you can still guide it down away from the ear. Are you holding through your lats? If this becomes too much for the arm to be overhead, it can come out at a diagonal and just rest. After your last exhale, gently press yourself up to a seated position. Lower the better. We come to a brief reset. Legs go a nice and tilt forward. One more breath. One more exhale. Walk yourself up your legs. And we're just coming into the same posture, other side. So option to leave your pillow, move yourself, or you can move your pillows, leave yourself. That simple supported side bend, other side. Bolster or pillow comes right up to the hip, sending yourself over. Legs go long to the side. One arm tracks right by the pillow, other comes right overhead. Noticing the breath here. Is the air becoming breath? Is the air staying air? Notice what you do to the air as it comes in the body, warming it, sending it back out. That process happens on its own. We don't have to do anything about it. All we tried this tonight is to deepen it. Visualizing what it feels like to warm that air as it comes in the body. Visualizing where you send it as you exhale. We have 4 more rounds on this side. Visualize the hip pulling away from the shoulder point, lengthening that side body. Couple more breaths here. After your last exhale, gently walk yourself back up to a seated position. We come to a cross-legged position, legs out in front. Take your time getting here. Take a couple shoulder rolls once you get there. And we begin to deepen the breath in the body with our arms. Now taking our arms out to a low circle in front. We inhale, twist one way. Exhale, twist the other. Continue like this on your own. Couple more rounds. See if I can get those dings to stop. After your last round, come to center. We begin what we call half sun salutations with our arms rising overhead and then exhaling as we come down. That same round we just did. Arms overhead and exhale, send it down. Beautiful, keep going. 5 more rounds, letting this breath build through the body. After your last one, exhale into a cactus position with the arms. Now we continue, inhale, arms rise, exhale into cactus. Beautiful, couple more rounds just like that. Opening up the chest. Deepening the breath. Two more just like this. After your last one, we continue this motion. Inhale, rise. Exhale, tuck the chin, twist. Inhale back to center. Beautiful. Exhale, tuck the chin, twist. Continue on your own. This breath is so cleansing, helping us to release you know, we're human. We may have already lost tracking the breath. We may have had some distractions, just like we had in this space. This breath helps us clear it all, knowing that we can always start over. We can always release. 2 more on each side. Maybe you start to feel the back come to life. Side of the neck. Last one, hold. Arms overhead, hold at the top. Lengthen on your inhale. Exhale, send yourself all the way forward. Big stretch, like a child's pose. Fingertips pressing away from the mat, sending yourself backwards in the hips, lengthening the spine. Release the head and neck. Breathe into the back. See if you can expand your ribs in the back body. 2 more rounds of breath here. After your last exhale, gently walk yourself back up. Now that we've woken up the back, we're going to stretch it out just a little bit more. Our next posture coming into an extended supported bridge. But because we don't have tons and tons of props, we're in our own spaces. We're using the floor as the support, and we're using a pillow or something behind our neck to add a little bit of traction. So once we get into this pose, we send ourselves down, resting over top of whatever we have, and then walk your tailbone 1 or 2 inches down, finding just the gentlest bit of traction in the spine. As our music changes, we stay here, holding and breathing into this space. If the low back is talking to you, go ahead and bend your knees. You can always release when they feel ready. Send the breath to the spine, allow it to lengthen. Allow the shoulder blades to melt into the earth. Allow the chest to open up. Release any hold you have through the quads, through the hip flexors. Allow the toes to fall open. Five more rounds of breath here. Make them the deepest yet. Bear witness to this air becoming breath. Deepening through the relaxation of the breath. Not force, but release. After your last exhale, we begin Svara Pranayama. For the next 5 breaths, we focus on feeling the breath in the inner nostrils. Focusing on feeling the breath travel through the inner nostrils. Feeling that cool sensation travel on the inside of our nose. And after you are finished with your 5 rounds, focus on the outer nostrils. Can you feel the breath traveling, touching the outside of the nostrils? Take 5 more rounds just like this. After your last round, take 5 rounds, feeling both inside and outer nostrils at the same time. A pathway to deepening the breath through its entrance point, the nostrils. We focused on the inside, the outside. Now we deepen, we focus on both together. After your 5 rounds, take the deepest breath you've had so far. Hold it at the top. And then exhale, open mouth, exhale. Gently invite some movement back into the body. Start to wiggle toes, fingers. Our goal through the rest of our practice is to feel this deepening that we just worked on. Now we're just going to scoot ourselves a little bit further over our pillow, or gently press yourself up to a seated position if you'd like to change out your pillow for your larger one. We're coming into a brief heart opening pose. Very similar to where we were, but sending our upper back over the bolster. Cactus arms opening up to the sky. Play with your position here. Maybe adding something for your head if you'd like. Goal here is opening the breath in the most vulnerable state with our heart lifted and open to the sky. Just a few rounds of breath here. Can you feel the stretch through your biceps, through your chest? Check in with the breath. Is it still as deep? Our anatomy, our position has changed. But we find the resilience tonight. When everything changes, the one thing that we have is the breath. So in a less comfortable position, can you stay true? Can you retain that depth? Wherever you are, take 5 more rounds. That's Svana Pranayama, feeling the breath through the inner and outer nostrils at the same time. Beautiful. Feeling the energy of this space we create. Deepening the breath. After your last exhale, place the palms on the earth. Gently press yourself up. Go ahead and remove both of your props, creating a nice flat surface for yourself. We're rolling down onto our backs, coming into a one-legged happy baby. So roll yourself down, and then one leg comes up to the sky, bending it and grabbing it, pulling it down into the armpit. Now, preference here would be one arm, but take what feels best in your body. If you need to grab with both hands, go ahead and do that. If the foot is not accessible tonight, grab behind the shin or grab behind the quad, grabbing the hamstring, creating a gentle compression, maybe a stretch through the hamstring. 2 more rounds of breath here. After your last breath, gently send the leg over top of the other, finding a gentle spinal twist. Maybe opposite arm comes out, gazing over the other side. We're finding a leg and low back stretching series here. So move in a way that feels best to your body. Sometimes we say, go where you cannot stay when we push our limits, but right here, go where you can stay. Because the goal is the release. Check in with your air. Is it becoming breath? Or is it staying air? What are you doing to it? Can you warm it more? Can you deepen it more? One more breath. One more exhale. Now, from this twisted position, just straighten the top leg. No need to grab the foot. If you can and you would like to, you can always reach over and grab the toes with your hand. Or you can stay here, feeling the stretch travel up the IT band, maybe reaching the top of the boots. Protection on the knee here. If the knee starts to talk, go ahead and gently bend the leg. Do what feels best. 3 more breaths. 3 more exhales. After your last breath, bending the knee, using the core to bring yourself back to a laying position. Clasp both hands just below the knee, pull it in 1 more time, and then send it long on the mat or on your space. Checking with the hips here. How do they feel? Does one leg feel longer than the other? It very well might be. Don't worry, we'll even it out. Just notice here. For me, my hip flexor on this side that I just stretched is far more relaxed. Maybe you feel that too. Now a brief reset through the low back. Bend both knees. Send them about hip width distance and knock the knees together. Give yourself the time and the space here, just like we said at the beginning. You may not feel anything here right away. See if you can tuck the tailbone under. Maybe widen the feet if you need to. You'll start to feel a release through the low back. Very subtle. Top of the hips. Melt your torso into your space. One more breath. One more exhale. Heel toe your feet in, and then gently send them long on the mat again. We're coming into the other side. So inhale, raise whichever knee you haven't stretched or whichever leg. And we send ourselves first into a one-legged happy baby. So again, maybe option 1 arm or 2. Now open invitation to find something completely different on this side. Our sides are not always the same, and that's okay. As your grounded foot started to flex, mine did, holding it up, and you let it go, lengthen through that leg. Pulling down, finding that compression. One more breath here. One more exhale. Gently guide the leg over. Find your gentle spinal twist on the other side. Same options as before. Maybe extending arms out to a T, gazing over that other side. One more breath here in this twist. One more exhale. And then start to extend the twisted leg. Find the stretch travel into the IT band. Again, option to reach for your toes or to just let the leg hang heavy. Keeping the knee in our thoughts, making sure we protect the knee. If the body talks, listen. One more breath. One more exhale. Gently bend that knee. Start to draw it over top of the body. Now for a different reset this time, bend both knees. Wrap both hands around and gently rock side to side, massaging the low back. Take a couple more rocks side to side. Releasing that hold through the legs, trying to release the back as our main focus here. Come to stillness in the center. Place both feet on the earth. Start to press yourself up to a seated position. Our final resting pose before we find our Shavasana tonight is a head to bolster pose or a head to pillow, or you can just find a butterfly pose. If you have a bolster, mine is pretty tall, so I like to send it in between my legs, lean it towards me, and rest my head. The goal here is to find a posture where we can release all of our tension. So maybe in your butterfly pose, you can brace yourself with your forearms, because we turn all of our attention here to the breath. Focus is on the back body. We've focused so much attention tonight on the breath. But in this pose, we can really feel that 360 around our body. You can feel the stomach expand with the inhale, feel the lungs expand, and you can also feel the back expand. So take a few rounds of breath here, whichever speed works for you, as slow or as fast, feeling the full 360-degree breath. Breathing into this space. If any distractions come up, just make the sound of the breath louder in your ears. Maybe closing the lips on the inhale, finding that closed lips, nostril inhale, that Ujjayi breath. Roll the shoulder blades down and away from your ears. Let them melt down the back. Release the tongue from the top of the mouth. Let the jaw hang open. Give yourself time to grow here. Take 5 more rounds of breath wherever you are. After your last exhale, gently walk yourself up. Go ahead and get rid of your pillow, gently moving it to the side. Legs come out into a wide V, or finding a few side openers to stretch out those areas where the breath just traveled to, maybe for the first time today. Inhale, arms rise overhead. Exhale, one arm comes into the body, other arm comes overhead. Like an extension of that side bend we began practice with. Once you find that one side, take a few breaths here, opening up. When you are ready, shifting forward just a little bit, add your other hand, like a child's pose when we move to one side and breathe. Take a couple rounds of breath here, actively pressing your shoulder back, your fingertips forward, finding release in the side of the upper back. Two more breaths here. And then gently traveling towards the center, take one big wide angle forward fold. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, curve and round. Now walking ourselves over to the other side. Inhale, travel to that position about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock on a clock. Left hand stacks in over top right if you're leaning to the right side. Release the head and neck. Breathe into the left upper back. One more breath here. And we travel over all the way to the right side. Right arm curves underneath, left arm extends overhead. One more breath. And one more exhale. Inhale, rise yourself all the way up. Exhale, close the legs like a book. We're coming into our final resting posture. Take whatever you need in this pose. If you want to send something underneath of your knees, feel free. If not, if you want to experience a true release into the earth with nothing else, go ahead and roll back intentionally one vertebrae at a time until we find our lowest point, our point of vulnerability, of release. Check in with the shoulder blades, roll them down your back. Release through the hips, allow the toes to fall open. Close down the eyes, let everything go. Bearing witness to this air becoming breath. Continue to practice being open about what you truly feel. You are not selfish or a burden for doing this. You are not weak for desiring clarity. Even when you are seeing certain things come together in your life, there will still be uncertainty, and you are okay to be honest if it troubles you. In every season of your life, even when you are able to see clearly that you are where you need to be, you will still have questions and things you are not able to figure out. And in this way, you will always be in some kind of transition. And that is okay. This is all part of living the life that you have been called to live. Continue to give your all while knowing that your all includes all that you are feeling and thinking about too. You do not have to hold in what you are worrying about. Even if you are in a good season, you are allowed to be open and honest about what you feel. This is how you grow. This is how you heal. You are worth the time it takes to grow. You are worth the time and the steps it takes to come forth in a brave and honest way. Take one more breath in this space. One more release. Hold in this silence, a space just for you. Inviting one final intentional breath into this space. Largest, deepest, most soul-filled breath you've had all day. Inhale as you are ready. Pause at the top. Actively draw this air into breath. Exhale it into the heart space. We end in Shavasana tonight. It has been an honor to guide you through this practice. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Thank you for your beautiful energy, your patient resilience, and your breath, and your life. We walk forward in peace and love. Namaste. Please stay here as long as you'd like. I'm here if you have any questions or comments. Thank you, Natasha. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Hope to see you again next week. Always free, always here. Thank you for your patience with the sounds this evening. Oh, many thanks to you, Troy, as well. We'll make sure we don't have any yoga sound bells next time. Thank you for your patience. I really appreciate it. Oh, thank you for the beautiful comments. Jackie, thank you. Katie, always a joy to see you in this virtual space. Have a lovely evening and an even better week, everyone. Hope to see you next week.